Hi there everyone, it's Chris here, and welcome to something new and yet very, 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 very old for our channel. We are looking now at the 1991 game Crisis in the Kremlin. A game that, 30 years anniversary this year. It is... I've played this game once before. I played it about a decade ago when I was at university. It is a game I have managed to beat one time, and I will quite happily go on record and say this is the hardest game I think I've ever played. The premise is simple. The year is 1985, and we are the newly elected, they say president, we obviously know General Secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union. And there are crises on hand, and we've got to solve them and see how long we can go without, one, collapsing the whole Soviet system, and two, without getting ousted. It is a tough game. I mean, really tough. I think so. I've succeeded once. And I managed to do the full 30-year stint that you can do just the one time. I know this because I celebrated about it on Facebook, and it pops up every year as a Facebook memory. But I have failed numerous times. We will fail, I am sure, this time. But I figured it's 30th anniversary. We like Soviet things on this channel. Why the heck not, hey? Why should we not play this incredible game? So, let us deep dive in. We will play it together. If you like it and you want to see more, leave a like below. Please consider subscribing to the channel. And yeah, let's see how long we can keep the USSR together. First things first, we have to decide on a faction. A faction of which we are going to approach the game from. Now, if I remember correctly, the Hardliners, which is the Brezhnev faction, is supposedly the easier faction, but I think that's more a case of you don't have the internal struggles of the Communist Party working against you. So we'll start up there. So the Hardline faction's aim is to maintain the rigid authoritarian regime that characterized the Soviet Union under Leonid Brezhnev's 18-year reign. In the time-honored communist tradition, the Hardliners believe in state control of all production and distribution, with government subsidized food, housing, and other benefits to the citizens. The Hardliners have a profound distrust of Western nations and believe in maintaining a strong military and KGB presence, as well as state control of all information. Their most prominent figure at this time is it Igor Likachev? I'm sorry, I can't remember. The Brezhnev era of the Soviet Union is not a period I am particularly knowledgeable about, apart from knowing it as the era of stagnation. We then have the nationalist faction. The faction wants to end centralized authority. They would like to see a creation of a free market economic system and the political autonomy for local regions, even if this means the breakup of the Soviet Union itself. Though not all members of the faction are fervent believers in democracy. Oh no, of course they're not. What a surprise. They are ready to use dissatisfaction with the bureaucracy and the centralized control to their own advantage. Yeah, believing that large military budgets are unnecessary. Their prominent figure is, of course, Boris Yeltsin. I'm not being the nationalists. And then we got the reformists. Reformists, obviously, headed up by Mikhail Gorbachev. They want to reform the Soviet Union They feel that its old ideas of centralized authority are too inefficient, and that's led to the Soviet Union and to let the Soviet Union survive in a modern world, we need to streamline the state's operations. They believe in the twin policies of glasnost and perestroika. Oh, it's a difficult decision, isn't it? It's a very difficult decision. I mean, it's not. We're not going to be Boris Yeltsin. But, I mean, glasnost and perestroika are kind of the reason for the fall down of, well, they're the reason the Soviet Union started to crumble, but I guess you could lay the blame at the stagnation period and dissatisfaction here. Oh, it's a hard one. I think, for this playthrough, let's go hardline. Hardline communists. Let's see what we can do. Let's see. We'll take this alternative history. Let's see what we can do with a hardline communist government. So, okay, first things first, we need to personalise our office. So, what's our name? What's going to be our... Oh, God. What's a good... Can I just have Brammer? Brammer. It's not very Soviet. Bramerov. Yep. That's not stereotypical at all, Christopher. Bramerov. Yep. We'll go for it. Welcome to the Kremlin, Comrade Bramerov. Yes, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Okay, so let the rest of the world beware, the new Soviet premier said today. Moscow shall return to greatness, and all mewing dissenters will disappear into the holes they crawled out of. That doesn't sound like something I'd say. One union, indivisible, will take us into the 21st century. Well, I guess we will see. A letter from Dorogi Bramerovchek. Oh, is this? Oh no, that's like dear little Bram. The whole village is so proud that one of their own has become presidents. Gospodsha Markova, your old teacher, tells you to mind your manners. Your papa and I remain the same as ever, but much, much prouder. Oh, Mama. Thank you so much, Mama. That's so kind. Oh, that's kind of Mama. So, there's going to be a few things that just pop up now. We'll just let the... So, there is no pause button. There is no pause button on this game. The only time the game pauses is when, like, letters prop up or news things prop up. So, here we go. Oh, God, that noise. So, food unrest continues. Sugar, man. Long-standing shortages continue to plague the economy. Citizens grow increasingly restive. This is a priority. So, food is... Yeah, you can see our food and civil rights and consumer goods are looking pretty shocking. I want the names back on, please. Can you put the names back on? Thank you. Another news bulletin. Crisis in rights. Yes, we can no longer delay. Swift and dramatic steps must be taken. Yeah, it's difficult. We can't. So, if my memory serves correctly, we can't do too much until November in terms of budgets because we're already committed to the previous premier's budgets. Oh my God! The news. What's happening in the world? US and Canada announce a record wheat crops. New gene splicing seeds is a resounding... Oh, wow. Good. Oh, good for US and Canada. Oh, look at them with their free market economics. The pains. So, what can we do? We need to satisfy these things here. We need to make sure these things here... I mean, they don't stay good. They really don't stay good. It's a struggle. It's a real struggle. More news. Jeez, guys. The Moscow presents a tribute to your new regime today with a wonderful pixelated fireworks display. That is lovely. Thank you. Thank you so much. So let's quickly click. So we can change policies and we can do that in May Day. At May Day, we can look to change some of this stuff. So we won't do that just yet. Because we can, when it gets to approaching May Day, we can approach that and do stuff. Here we look at what the economy is like. Jesus, we don't have much in the reserves. Oh God, we're gonna have to. We'll have a look at that in November, I guess. It talks about crises. We don't have any at the moment. We have a log. Oh, this is my book, my little book. Look, Bremerov. Continuing issues. We have a few letters. Can we get rid of these letters? What if I don't want the letters? What if I'm like, get out? Okay, no, don't matter. Yep, 85. We're still at the start of the game, aren't we? Cool. Do you think that, like, Gorbachev did just have a big book? Oh, some mood. The mood of your people can best be seen in their humour. Let's give me some jokes. So, what do you think of Pravda? Oh my god, I can't speak. No damn good. The paper is too thick. It keeps clogging up my toilet. It's not funny. Don't insult our national newspaper like that. Old man with a terrible memory problem finds himself standing on the street holding an empty shopping bag and thinks, have I been to the store yet? Oh no. We're not going to sort out food. We're going to crash and burn. I am not positive about this situation, but I think the first thing's going to come up soon, telling us that it's May. Yes, as May Day approaches, your assistant makes preparations for your annual policy speech to the Soviet people. Please indicate the policies. Okay, we will. So, the game pauses as we now look at this. What can we do? So currently, we are perceived as despotic. Right. I did read the manual before we started. And they say if you like we're perceived here, and you can't go too far out of your perceived levels of government. You have to do it gradually. So if I went straight down to here to ultra liberal, my government would think the government would think that I'm just spouting rhetoric, and they wouldn't enact it, or worse, they would just launch a coup against me. So what do we do? It's a difficult question. I want to see what the pictures are. Okay, so transitional's Gorbachev, Stalin at 1 to 3, then Gorbachev, then is that supposed to be like Kerensky? What? I don't know. And then ultra liberal, is that Gandhi? I don't know. I'm sorry, that's bad history, isn't it? This is difficult, man. What about Can I click on... What do I click? If I click on here... Right, let's go through it. So what do we think? Do we try and be less off? I think... I know we're acting hardline, but do we... They're worried about civil rights. How do we increase that by being less despotic? Let's just put that there for a second. Well, we can come back to it. Military posturing. They right. Let's look at this situation. The hardliners love being authoritative and aggressive. They want us to be hostile. All this stuff. They flipping love it. But we need to think. We need to be radical thinkers here. We've had 18 years of Brezhnev and it's been stagnant. Now, I'm not saying we need to implement glasnost and perestroika here, but we need some reform. Surely, come on. This is a new government. How are we going to keep things surviving? Oh, it's a difficult decision, isn't it? Right, we'll just go for it. Let's move to a slightly transitional Soviet Union. Military posturing, we need to cut down on military offensives, I think. So we'll move away from this posturing. Diplomatic hostilities. Oh man, this is... Do we go Khrushchev levels of aggressive? Go to... Maybe I should have played as Gorbachev, you know? No, let's keep the diplomatic... Let's keep that at hostile. We don't want to upset the baddies too much. Oh, okay, this is interesting. We're perceived to be more closed than we are. I think we'll keep that at transitional. Civil rights. Saddam Hussein. Okay. You can tell this game was made by Americans in 1991, can't you? Somehow. Do we give them some transitional rights? They really want civil rights, don't they? Yeah, we'll give them some little ones. Media freedom. No, we won't give them media freedom. Economic. Oh, sugar. So we're perceived to be a central bureaucracy. If you were the Soviet Union in 1985 and you didn't want to make the same mistakes as Gorbachev, but you recognise that in 1985 how things were under told Brezhnev had led to a series of, well, you know, it was stagnant, living quality had fallen down, that type of thing, which is a historical fact, unfortunately, of the situation. Like, politics aside, the Soviet Union in 1985 needed reform, and that's why Gorbachev got in. What would you do? Because I mean, the economy is an issue, but I don't really want to go free market. If it had existed, if Gorbachev had succeeded, let's I don't know how, because he wouldn't have, but do you think like the USSR would have gone more like how China has gone? You know, it developed a more market-based economy to support itself. Socialism with Soviet characteristics. I don't know. It's very interesting. What are we gonna do? Our main issues are food. We need so here we're going to keep the command economy for now. The work week, we ain't forcing we're not changing that. We're going to keep it at transitional. Wage control. Oh, that's interesting. We will keep, I don't know what difference that's going to make, and state owned. I'm not moving that either. We're going to okay, this is how it's going to go. We're going to change the style of government, we're going to change our military posturing, but we're going to keep our diplomatic policies hostile. It's a slow and conservative approach, but we're going to go for it, and we'll see what happens. That was our speech to the comrades at May Day. What's the world like? Let's have a... Comrade! Oh, sugar, you have an urgent call. Oh, bomb. To the Council of Ministers. Private plot farming. The Minister of Agriculture suggests a plan to solve your food problems by increasing the amount of private, you heard the word, private farming. Do you want to accept this plan as it is, or perhaps scale it down a bit to placate the hard-line elements? Do you want to ignore the situation, reject the plan, or perhaps even fire those responsible? Oh man, why? Here's the thing. I know. Oh, this is testing my resolve. I know. Well, let's look to Cuba. Cuba right now has instituted a similar new economic policy. Yeah, a similar thing where excess farming can supplement. People can basically. Oh no, it's not really the same, is it? Because what they've done is they've basically created like the new economic plan that Lenin made, where we'll take our certain amount of the crops, but anything spare you can sell. Do we encourage private farming to supplement food? I kind of feel like we have to. Like, what's the alternative? Then it's not giving me right. Can I? Are you going to give me the options? Okay. So here's the options. We implement the plan to increase the amount of private farming. We implement a scaled down version. We ignore the plan. We ignore the plan. We reject the plan. Or we fire the person responsible. I think the hardliners are going to bloody hate me, aren't they? Because I'm not playing this hardline. But how do we keep the people together? We keep this union together by feeding them. And I feel like we implement a scaled down version of the plan just to bring that little bit of food back in. We're going with it. We'll see what happens. Tentative increase. Agreeing in principle with the plan developed by the Ministry of Agriculture, the President said a scaled down version of the plan should be tried as an experiment to see whether it would increase food supply. Okay. Oh, that's okay. Well, let's see what we can do. Let's see. I mean, it's a scary thing, isn't it? What's this do? I want to click on the 5-year. Oh, you're predicting growth, are you? Oh, boys. That is God's plan. You are being very, what's the word? Optimistic. optimistic there. This game is going to throw some stuff at us. We're in 85 now. You wait till Chernobyl hits in 86. Oh, boys. Oh, boys. So, I want to have a look at budgets. Is it going to let me click? Comrade. Oh, God, we have an urgent phone call from TASS. There is a crisis. There's always a crisis, propaganda guys. Comrade President. Oh, my God. Oh, gosh. Oh, my days. Our studies have shown that rampant alcoholism is in our country, and it's having a major negative impact on productivity. We suggest you launch some sort of sweeping anti-alcoholism campaign to get this country back on its feet. You could impose harsh restrictions against public drunkenness and limit the amount of alcohol available to the public, or we could raise the price of alcohol to increase revenue while curbing consumption. Do we have a preference, comrades? Propaganda guys. What would we do? What would you do? Raising the price of alcohol is a tax on the poor, but we're the Soviet Union, and theoretically, oh man, it's difficult. Raising the alcohol prices to increase government revenue is going to make people mad. Imposing harsh laws against public drunkenness and limit the amount of alcohol available to the public is going to make them mad. There's no win situation here. So do we raise the I mean, the hardliners are going to love a harsh law, aren't they? But I think if we raise the price of alcohol, we're going to go with that. It may give us a little boost of revenue. It may. Let's just try it. Oh, hello. Who's this? Alcohol's now more expensive. Saying that something must be done to curb the public's demand for alcohol, the president yesterday raised the state price for alcohol, both to produce increased revenues and, hopefully, curb consumer demand. That's us. October 1985. Oh, gosh. The game is always advancing. This is the thing. The game never stops. Oh, the news. The president has ordered the distribution of private plots to 1 million families today. I ordered that. I definitely ordered that. This is cool. Hopefully it might have a positive effect on food. I doubt it will. This is... We're never going to see these go up from here. I just want to point that out. Game is so hard. Here we go again. Comrade President, a moderate/radical coalition. That's a coalition of everyone, isn't it, really? Says we cannot improve until we learn to criticise ourselves. And they have suggested that we institute a policy of glasnost. We knew you'd come. You reformers. How do you wish to respond to their initiative? Should we stall or reject the proposal out of hand? If we don't reject it, how much openness should we allow? Should we open up about foreign news but not about domestic? Open up all news? Should we be critical of historical figures such as Stalin? Oh, guys. I am reluctant to accept glasnost. Stall. Pretend to support the proposal for glasnost but show no substantial changes. Reject this radical initiative out of hand. Allow the press to talk freely about other countries, but not about our own. Allow the press to speak freely about current affairs, but leave Soviet history alone. And allow historical criticism as well as present. Now, I genuinely believe that we should be allowed to speak freely about things, but we're the hardliners here, guys, and it's difficult, isn't it? I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place, because I can completely understand why this Gorbachev instituted the reforms he kind of did. I don't necessarily like the situation, but We're going to reject it. We're rejecting it. Fuck yeah, go away. We're not doing it. The president today rejected a Politburo motion for a favour of Glasnost, saying it would introduce chaos into the Soviet political system by confusing the citizens with contradictory facts and counter-revolution. Yes! That is what I said. Counter-revolutionary opinions. Not having them. Not having them. Not here, not ever. Comrade President, on this, the anniversary of the revolution, your ministers submit to you their budget requests. Alright then, friends, let's have a look. The game once again pauses here. So, oh, okay. So, I don't know how this works. Let's look. So we currently have the budget recommendations for agriculture. Oh, okay. I see. I see. So they want 394. We are giving them currently 366. Oh, oh, okay. Right. How much money do we have? Fuck, man. We don't have much in the way of reserves. We have a deficit. I don't get this. I'm not good. Okay. So, there is less left over from the ministry's proposals than with mine. Yeah? Total production. Oh my god, right. So, yes. So how do we do this? Do we like say higher, let's say I want to give you 3, I don't know, let's round it up to a 370. And okay. Okay, so that does that. Oh right. So if I click just quickly restore. Yeah, okay. So what changes that? Oh what? Imagine if we gave them nothing. That would make them very angry. Okay, so we need to boost agriculture, right? We need to. Food is bad. We need to boost that. They want a lot. We need to balance the budget somewhere. So let's go with a healthy 380 for them. Nice. Manufacturing, they want more as well. We will round that up to a 185. Okay. Construction. So the way we get food to increase is by increasing agriculture, increasing services, I believe, and transportation. Let's boost transportation. Let's take that to 248. Let's raw materials, services. Let's increase services by a bit. We will take them to we'll take them to that. Cool. So we have a little bit left over here. Balance. Military budget. I mean, they always want more money, but not too much more. At this early stage, I don't want to take money away from the military. Later on, I believe in the game, we are not going to have too much. We're not going to have a big budget, so we need to work this out. In terms of import-export, we'll increase the imports to 86 for the next and then this will increase exports to 90 because that's important. What do you think? Should we increase construction as well? Should we invest? Yeah, when you want to boost a stagnant economy, you invest in infrastructure and construction, and so let's do that. How much money have I got left? What about... I guess we'll increase this to 385. I know it's short. What do we think? Should we leave it like this and see what happens? So the current... Yeah. Okay. So we're increasing things here. Let's see what it does. Should we go for it? And then, do you know what? We'll approve this. We'll see any dramatic effects, and then I think we'll finish here for this first episode. Okay, we said it. We've set the budget in motion. Let's see what it does. December. December's here. So far so good. Let's get to 1986. Okay. Presidential confidence. Look at this. I hope that's real. So, presidential confidence within all the republics. This is a good place to finish, I think. So, approval, 82%. That's good. 13% disapprove, 5% tell me they don't know. Well, what a good place to end. Thank you, KGB, and thank you for watching this first episode. If you like what you see, leave a like below. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. That'd be awesome. I really do appreciate anyone spending the time just to sit and watch this. It's great. So thank you so much. Yeah, if you like this and you have suggestions on how to improve the Soviet Union in the years to come, I look forward to hearing them. Until then, thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. What a year 1985 was. Let's see how 1986 goes. See you next time.